Dangote Refinery starts selling petrol to the Nigerian market. Should Nigerians roll out the drums and rejoice yet? Those who are in support say aye. Those who are against say nay. The nays have it. Bam. Welcome to the Workers' Court today. My name is Jimmy, and the issue before us is the issue of Dangote Refinery releasing petrol to the Nigerian market. People are saying yes, it is time for us to rejoice, but some are saying no, we cannot rejoice yet. But before I bring you the two sides of the argument, let me ask you to please subscribe to this channel, help me grow. I have a small channel here and I want it to grow. Please help me to subscribe now and hit that bell button so that anytime I release an episode like this or any piece of content from this particular platform, you will get notified by YouTube. My name is Jimmy. Welcome on board and let's go straight to the issue of the day. Before you call me a killjoy, let's be very honest. Alhaji Aliko Dangote deserves a pat on the back because he has succeeded, quote and unquote, where government has actually failed. People are saying for the first time in 28 years, Nigeria is able to refine petrol right on its own soil, and that goes a long way. People are saying this is a triumph of the private sector over government. Everybody knows about the billions of dollars spent over the decades on the so-called turnaround maintenance of our own indigenous refineries, and they are nowhere to be found. They are not working up till today. People are saying, was that money spent on turnaround or on share around? Well, I leave that to your judgment, okay? But then, let's say it is essentially, or it is potentially a good thing that now we have a refinery of world-class capacity, okay? The purest form of petrol that you can have anywhere in the world, we have it now on our local soil. And for that, we give kudos to Alhaji Aliko Dangote and every other person or every other entity that played one role or the other in ensuring that this particular dream became a reality. But the question is, can we just have a blessing without the adjoining curse? And why did I say this? Just same yesterday when the news broke that Dangote will be selling the first sample of petrol to the Nigerian market. That same yesterday, NNPC increased the pump price of petrol at the stations to over 800 naira per liter. And all of a sudden, we had 50% increase or more on the cost of transportation. And that takes our mind to the day President Bola Ahmed Tinubu took the reins of power in this country. That same day, while Nigerians were rejoicing, or were meant to be rejoicing that we had a new change of power, a new change of government, on that same day, he announced that subsidy is gone. And that particular pronouncement is still making us feeling some kind of pressure up till now. People are saying, must every piece of good news be accompanied by adjoining bad news, or must everything that looks like a piece of good news be accompanied by something that calls for concern? Why can't we at least celebrate the arrival or the emergence or the introduction of Dangote Refinery's petrol into the Nigerian market before NNPC starts, raising price? Because of course, the market will always respond. Of course, price determination is always a function of so many variables that will come to interplay before you arrive at a particular, point. So we ask the public, should we rejoice yet or not? And gave us a number of reasons Nigerians should not roll out the drums yet and say they are rejoicing because Dangote Refinery is now selling petrol to the Nigerian market, in quote. Okay, so what are the reasons? I'll tell you right now. Number one, Dangote Refinery will not be selling petrol directly to the final consumers on the street. You cannot just go there as a station owner and say you want to buy petrol. No, NNPCL will be the sole buyer of the petrol that is being refined by Dangote Refineries. And what that means in simple English is that NNPCL will still be the middleman between the buying public and Dangote Refinery. And when that happens, it means that you are still at the mercy of NNPC for whatever price you will pay. People are saying their pricing mechanism will not really be transparent enough to see whether what they will be charging will be justifiable by the forces of demand and supply. So it is one thing for Dangote Refinery to sell petrol to NNPC at a price. It is another for them, NNPCL, to release it to you at a price that will be fair to you as the buying public. And hey, they are saying if we cannot still buy it cheaper here, even when it is being produced on our local soil, then what is the essence of having our own refinery working. I mean, a homegrown refinery. So that is number one, because the NNPCL will still act as the middleman between the Dangote Refinery and the final buyers. People are saying this is still unfair to the Nigerian public, especially fixed income earners that I call the working class or the middle class, as the case may be. Number two, the issue of depot owners, those who have invested heavily in building depots across the country at a time that the government or the country needed them. Now they are just facing sudden threats, or they are facing new threats to the core existence of their business, because don't forget, they have a model that was built on importing fuel directly from outside the country, and now they have to buy from within the country, and that comes with its own, complexities and complications, as the case may be. So we are talking about hundreds of billions of naira worth of investment to have a depot, and all of a sudden your depot, the essence of your business gets threatened, because of course it's a new change, and you either go with the change or you get blown or swept away by the change. Now the question is this: what is the provision, or what are the provisions made to absorb these kind of people, the depot owners and all other middlemen before, who were either to serving the country, quote and unquote, by ensuring that they plugged into the working arrangement of petrol importation and distribution back then? What are the provisions that we have made for them to ensure that their interests are also taken care of? Because we're talking about people's investment going down the drain. They will not just sit back and allow you do it the way you want to do it. They will fight back, because it's about their earning that is threatened here. It is about their means of livelihood. So we're asking, how solid will be the arrangement from the end of the government to ensure that the interests of depot owners, marketers, and so on and so forth are factored into this whole equation, so that you will not render some people redundant and put them into debt simply because we want to scale up production or do something in the interest of the masses. That is a big question. So people are saying there is this potential sabotage that can happen, because these people who have made huge investments in the past will not fold their hands and allow their investment go down the drain. So you have the cabal, or you have the depot owners to contend with. That is the second reason people are saying we cannot rejoice yet. Number three, crude supply to Dangote Refinery. We saw it was in the news a couple of weeks ago when Dangote said it was finding it difficult to buy crude from Nigeria. And NNPCL explanation is that crude is always pre-sold. Of course, we learned that there are other things they can do to ensure that Dangote Refinery also gets its own crude. The president intervened and said Dangote should be sold crude using the naira, not dollar, and that has implications. But the question is, what will be the lasting solution to the crude supply problem that Dangote Refinery is bound to face? Let's not forget that every arrangement has some people benefiting from it. Some have been the beneficiaries of the earlier arrangement of selling or pre-selling crude to companies or refineries outside the shores of the country. And now that a new power player is emerging, now the question is, how will we ensure consistency of supply of crude to Dangote Refinery such that it will buy at competitive price and be able to bring down the cost to us Nigerians? Number two, there will be less pressure on foreign exchange. Nigeria is set to spend over $10 billion annually on importing petrol from outside the country, and meaning we have to source for over $10 billion annually. No wonder the naira is threatened. No wonder the naira keeps losing strength, losing the battle against dollar and other foreign currencies on a daily basis. But if we now have a steady refining of petrol from within the shores of Nigeria, no more cost of importing from outside the shores of the country, and that brings down the demand on the naira. The naira will eventually strengthen itself against the dollar and other high-end currencies or other more valuable currencies with just time. It's just a matter of time, people are saying, and that is one of the benefits that we would have if this is done right. And also, there will be massive employment opportunity for people. Let's not forget that Dangote will not be the only person to invest in this kind of refinery at this level. It's just a matter of time. Once other Nigerians see that one person has done it, they also will do it, because It is not a monopoly right. As a matter of fact, the license that has been given, or the licenses that have been given to other players to come on board and establish their own refinery at the same capacity as Dangote is actually huge. So it's just a matter of time. There will be adequate competition in that space, and when there is healthy competition, the masses benefit, the market benefits, and Nigeria as a whole will benefit. If we now end up saving a lot of billions of dollars that we would have spent on importation because we are now refining fuel from within, the question is this: what happens to the excess dollars, the excess billions of dollars that we will generate or save from not importing or not having to import any longer? Will they be used for economic turnaround or for personal share around? I leave the judgment to you, the viewers, in the comment section. Having given you the pros and the cons, the two sides of the coin, let me ask again the same question I asked when I was starting. Should Nigerians roll out the drums because Dangote Refinery is now selling fuel or petrol to the Nigerian market? Those who support it say aye, and those who don't say nay. Again, the nays have it. Please help me subscribe and grow the channel. I'll see you next content. Bye-bye.